Hey everyone, Spectra here. Welcome back to the Ice Basket. Last episode, I asked you all what you think the Tears of the Kingdom Expansion Pass is going to be like. Before we get to the next topic, here are your answers. I understand how small this series is right now, so I decided I'm going to read all of your comments at the time of this recording, because I love all of you. One more thing to note, in order for these episodes to come out at a decent pace, I'll of course be collecting comments from early in the post. So the earlier you post your comments, the more likely I'll see them and collect them for the next episode. Just remember that I'm looking for quality comments as well. If I read anything hateful or non-productive, it won't be featured. Exceptions for non-productive being that they're funny. If it makes me laugh, then I veto that rule, you little jokester you. At YouTuber Critic says, that is a good take. But if I could be honest, whole flames made me think Demise was going to be reborn. Oh, okay. Plus, I thought this would be the final chapter of the storyline. Your idea for the imprisoning war sounds good, but as a second DLC, the third should include what I call the Fall of Demise, where you control both Link and Zelda as you explore more of Hyrule's past and finally end the Curse of Demise once and for all. I'm not sure if I agree with this. It's a very interesting take, and I would really love that in the expansion pass, but for the most part, I genuinely think that Nintendo rebooted the timeline at this point, so I don't think they're going to even acknowledge Demise anymore. At BeastVenom4969 says, I feel like you had a pretty good take on what that could be like. If I'm honest, I'm expecting something similar to the DLC for Breath of the Wild. Extra quests with their own sort of reward, maybe some new Zonai constructs, enemy types, and, well, a Master Mode. Yeah, Master Mode. I'd just be glad the game would give more stuff to do with, if I'm honest. Maybe something more to do with the depths, too. I mean, there's already a lot to do with the depths. I think it's perfectly balanced. I mean, given everything that happens in the depths and how it works, I figured, I think it's good. But hey, having new things to do, that would only be a good thing. At Malcolm Nellis1127 says, I definitely think the story DLC will include playable Zelda in ancient Hyrule, thank you very much, and maybe we could get Rauru as a partner, at least for a little bit. Also, we could potentially expand on the original sages, much like how Breath of the Wild's DLC expanded on the champions. Since currently we don't know even their official names. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. We don't know their names, do we? Except for Minoru. I will say though, I think Rauru as a partner should be permanent, because he can be alongside you and he has access to the Zonai powers. So whenever you need to use the Ultra Hand or Ascent or something, it's Rauru doing it, not Zelda, you know? Unless they want to go the Purapad route and have the Purapad have the classic Breath of the Wild runes. Oh man, that would be awesome now that I think about it. Let's do both of those things. Oh my god. Ghastly5404 says, I believe I answered this in your community post, but my thought is that the DLC, if the game gets it, will be very much like Breath of the Wild's DLC. Start with a more challenge mode first wave, and then a more story-focused second wave. I think the main benefits would be adding content to Breath of the Wild that wasn't initially included in Tears of the Kingdom to make the package more full. Guardian armor, ancient saddle, the switch shirt, Gerudo disguise, cast cameo, guardian weapons, the chainsaw please, hell yeah. Oh my god, I would love the chainsaw coming back. Either as their old counterparts, Bugle and Cave Jigabao, or new variants, such as Zonai versions of the ancient weapons. Actual upgrades to Sage abilities would be nice too, since the actual upgrades in the game are kind of a disappointment. All that exploring for a damage buff, seriously? Hey, don't you diss the damage buffs, those are pretty fucking good. But overall, I trust the team to make a great product even better, no matter if what I just described isn't included. Except the chainsaw. If that isn't in the game, I can blast kickback while tearing apart Bokoblins, then I don't want the DLC. Man, that was a mouthful. But yeah, Ghastly, that sounds awesome. Now I want the Guardian weapons back. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. And Getsugaru says, the expansion pack will bring back Cass. If it doesn't, the fans will riot. Or at least be very much displeased. Displeased, yes. I'd also love it if the outfits from the previous game that for whatever reason didn't make it into Tears of the Kingdom were to be added back in. Welcome back, insert current channel name. We missed it's Miss Spectra. I swear, it's gonna stay that name. I say now, watch in the future, it's probably gonna be like Miss Spectra Sparks presents Soulfire Productions. At Free-to-Play Alias says, I think a master mode is a given. Yeah, no, seriously, I agree with that. But instead of just stronger enemies, maybe remove the use of the shrine teleport so you have to use zonite contraptions or horses to move around. The depths already have a built-in method to escape to the surface from any section. It could be cool if it was built in that same simple mental block. Jesus, I can English, I swear. Master mode, yes, that is definitely a given, but I definitely think that removing fast travel is a very bad idea considering how huge the game is. And I have a feeling that a lot of people would just like fall off of master mode if they did it that way. Like, let's not do that. Let's not do that. At Voltazurites 1832 says, for me, I think they're probably gonna add a new area. Maybe a villain and some story with that. And definitely some new toys to play with. Yeah, no, I think... Wait, a villain? What kind of villain? Now I'm curious. That's a very interesting take. I don't know what kind of villain you might be talking about. If it's gonna be a new area, then maybe somewhere along, like, the outside of Hyrule, maybe you're thinking, right? What if it's Vati? No, it would never be Vati. At Wabu said, oh, hey, Wabu. At Wabu says, okay, so listen, I pretty much had the same theory about the expansion as you did, so I don't have too much to add, but ever since Breath of the Wild surprised me with Maz Koshia, I've been looking all squinty-eyed at the statue of Rauru and Sonia that appears at the end of every shrine, grumpy face. You know what? Imagine this. Imagine if it turns out it's just like, if it's like Specimen 1 again.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be some subversion of expectation true form shit. It made a lot of sense in my head, okay? I was side-eyeing all these cartoon skeletons and pumpkins like, yeah, bitch, I'm on to you.
It would be funny if you have to fight Rauru and Sonia. Oh my god, that would be awesome if you could fight Rauru and Sonia. Holy crap, and Matt, can you imagine that kind of boss fight? At Thorn Upon a Rose says, I think another trial of the sword to get the Master Sword to full power. Master Mode returns, new armors that are references, etc. Then the second one, more story-based. Hopefully a new temple with a new boss and focus on the past and original sages. Possibly 2 temples, hopefully, so that we can max out both hearts and stamina and get 2 new bosses. Yeah, I would really like that. That sounds awesome. At HF0 Productions 2867 says, so while your latter idea is definitely fun and interesting, I don't see Nintendo making what is essentially a Tears of the Kingdom 2.5 in scoop, especially since of how we've seen them do DLC before. Frankly, I suspect we'll see the origins of the 3 dragons in Hyrule, and possibly expand on where all the Sheikah stuff went. Honestly, I'm just looking forward to whatever they do, because Tears of the Kingdom has been such a blast, and DLC definitely sounds super fun. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's probably what's most likely gonna do, but come on, we're just trying to have fun and speculate here. It's fun to speculate. Have fun! You grumpy grump. At the gaming CEO 7907, hopefully you're the ethical kind of CEO, just saying. Honestly, I still haven't played the game yet, but personally, if I was to add an expansion, it would be to the one character who doesn't say anything. Link. Think about it. The first DLC would be like a challenge mode, pushing all of your new abilities and weapons and strategies to a breaking point. And your prize to beating the hardest challenges would be a upgraded Master Sword that can not only hit like a truck, but maybe be linked to your abilities more. And as for the second wave, it would be a story where Link's sent back in time when the Master Sword Deluxe, best name I could think of, connects to the time manipulation ability of your arm and sends you back to before Link made it to the Resurrection Shrine, and he has to race against history with Ganon's spirit traveling through time to destroy Link before he was placed in the shrine. Jesus, that sounds complicated as fuck. That doesn't sound like something he would do, but hey, we also thought the Master Cycle 0 wasn't gonna happen, so I guess it's possible. I'm not gonna knock it. At Pika Brook says, hell yeah, this is awesome. You know what? Based. You're not gonna... I guess that's it, huh? All right. All right. Short but sweet. That's fine. That's fine. I made it laugh, so... At Logan Johnson says, I know I'm late to the party, but yay, you're back. Oh my god. Here we got another one there. At Sean Tagger, it says, nice, welcome back. Guys, you guys gotta say something a little bit more productive than that. Jesus, come on. At Crazy Quillman says, you mean you didn't try to get an image of a basket of ice for these thumbnails? For shame. Hey, you know what? Fuck you. I'm working on it. Okay, you can go fuck yourself. Also, don't harass this guy. Everyone. He's a good friend of mine. We rip on each other all the time. Anyhoozle, if Breath of the Wild had a bike be part of its DLC, absolutely expect new devices. You know what? You have a good point there, and that just solidifies everything. Hell yeah. All right. Yeah. Good job. At Is Comfy says, I don't have a Switch. Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry. Okay, this is awesome. I freaking love this already. Your answers are great, barring a few shit posts. But hey, those are funny too, so whatever. Next topic. What's your favorite pastime? Me personally, tabletop games. What kind? Any kind. Card games, board games, cooperative narrative games, and of course, Old Faithful, pen and paper RPGs. I've grown up with a very creative mind. Hell, I was so caught up in writing stories that, let's just say my teachers weren't very fond of how my attention tends to wander. I kind of developed a mental block as a writer over the years as a result, unfortunately, but playing pen and paper RPGs allows me to, bypass that block for the longest time. I've recently been suffering from burnout as a forever GM, but have been finding a new lease on the hobby by a friend of mine stepping up as a game master so that I could be a player. And I'm having so much fun failing every roll I need to make, resulting in the dice I used being permanently thrown in dice jail. But I had fun, regardless, and I'm looking forward to the next session. If you're curious what game it is, we're playing Monster of the Week, which uses the Apocalypse World engine. I highly recommend games that are powered by the Apocalypse. My favorite of them is Monster of the Week, Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and City of Mist. There's also Blades in the Dark too. I love that game to pieces, but it's so much more complex than the other games that it spun off into its own engine called Forged in the Dark. You know, it's actually a really cool system in its own right. You really should check out both of them because you get really radically different... I kind of got rambly at the end there. I'll stop, I promise. Sorry. Well, that's my ice in the basket. What about yours? Leave a comment below telling us your own favorite pastime, and you might get featured in the next episode. By the way, if you have any topics you'd like us to cover in the future, do please leave them with your contribution to the basket. Until next time, folks, this is Miss Spectra signing out.